Hi students, this is a video I'm making to go over your Essay 1 assignment with you. The Essay 1 assignment, the written assignment, is posted in this week's module. And for the first essay for this class, you're going to be writing about the question, should students use their own English in college classes? Excuse me. That is, should they be allowed to use elements of their own dialect that may depart from the conventions of standard English? So we've been reading about these questions. We've been reading essays by writers who say students should be able to bring all their Englishes to their college writing. They should be able to code mesh. And then we've also been reading from writers who say, no, students need to learn standard English. That's our common language. We should all learn it so we can communicate. We've also read essays by people who say, well, maybe formal essays, out of class essays should be written in standard English, but students should be able to bring their own Englishes to things like free writes or reading logs. This essay is your opportunity to enter the conversation with these other writers we've been reading. So your response to this question in your essay does not need to be a simple yes or no. You don't have to say, yes, only standard English should be used, or no, only standard English should be used, or yes, students should be able to write in all their Englishes in every assignment. Those could be your thesis statements, or you could pick one of those for a thesis statement, but your thesis statement could also be a little bit more complex. So I gave you some examples here on this written assignment page. Your thesis might be something like, while out-of-class essays in college classes should be written in standard English, professors should give students the chance to write in their own dialects on shorter informal assignments like reading logs and free writes. You could also say students should be allowed to write in standard English in some assignments and in their dialect in others, and the student should get to choose which assignments they write in standard English. You could say standard English is the language of college, so all college assignments should honor the conventions of standard English. You could also say standard English is a symptom of linguistic bias, so all students should be allowed to write in their own English in all assignments. There are lots of different ways you could answer this question. If you feel like stealing one of the thesis statements I give as an example on the assignment page, that's fine. You can have it. You could steal it and change it a little. You could write your own. You just need to give your answer to the questions, should students use their own English in college classes? One tip, I think sometimes it's easier to find your thesis, your answer to that question, which is going to come at the end of your introduction. Sometimes it's easier to find your thesis after you've written the middle of your paper, after you've really thought through the question. So don't worry if you don't know right now. Part of what I love about writing and teaching writing is that kind of you discover often what you think as you go along. So try not to worry about having an answer right at this moment. The other thing is you might have one answer right now, and then as you write, your opinion might change as you think about the question more deeply. Okay. The other important aspect of this essay is that you're going to be invited in this essay to write from your own positionality. And you're reading about positionality this week in the essay by Michelle Gonzalez, and we'll talk about it more next week. Writing from positionality means that you may write in your own English if you want to, and are encouraged to bring your personal experience to your exploration of the essay prompt. You're also encouraged to use words from your English that may depart from standard English. I may, however, mark sentence level errors such as run-ons and fragments because I think sometimes they may make it harder for the reader to understand you if you have a lot of run-ons and fragments in your essay. If you prefer to write and be evaluated in standard English, that's fine too. During the week of September 20th, you will learn about how to write a preface for your essay in which you tell me about the style in which you have chosen to write your essay. So we will talk more about positionality and your preface next week, but those are part of this assignment. Your paper should include a preface in which you let your reader know the style in which you're going to write the essay. We're going to read something about prefaces next week, the week of September 20th. An introductory paragraph of at least 5 or 6 sentences that introduces the debate about linguistic justice. So that's one way to think about this debate we've been reading about. College professors are debating, should we let students bring all their Englishes to our classes? Should we teach them standard English? Should we do a combination of both? Many people call that debate a debate about linguistic justice. So you're going to introduce that debate in the introductory paragraph of your essay, and you're going to introduce the titles and authors of any of the essays we've read that you're going to refer to in your essay. So you must include references to at least 3 of the essays we've read. It could be Mother Tongue, it could be How to Tame a Wild Tongue, it could be Robert Jenkins' essay about how everybody should learn standard English, it could be Catherine Savini's essay about how professors should support linguistic diversity, it could be Young's essay about should writers use their own English, it could be Michelle Gonzalez's essay, Keisha Turner's essay, any of those, but you must include or incorporate details and examples from at least 3. And you should introduce the ones that you're going to refer to in your essay in your introduction. The last line or 2 of the introductory paragraph should be the thesis statement, which should directly answer this question. Should students use their own English in college classes? Remember, your thesis statement can be more than 1 sentence. It could even be 3 or 4 sentences, and it should come at the end of your introduction. Many students in high school study 5-paragraph essay structure, and that is a really decent way to learn about academic essay structure. But now that you're in college, you don't have to follow a strict 5-paragraph essay format. So your thesis could be more than 1 sentence. When you write the middle of your essay, you don't have to have 3 separate paragraphs. You might have 3 distinct supporting arguments, 3 reasons for your point of view. But for one of those reasons, you might break it up into 2 paragraphs. You might have 2 paragraphs of things to say about one of your reasons for your position, but only 1 paragraph of things to say about another reason for your position. That's fine. Now that you're in college, you can break free a little bit from that 5-paragraph essay structure and just think about the shape, the overall shape of a good essay, which is introduction, thesis, supporting points, and conclusion. So after your introduction for this essay, you're going to have distinct supporting sections with clear topic sentences which support your thesis in any manner that seems best to you. Your distinct supporting sections should reflect distinct reasons for your response to the question asked. So what are some reasons you believe we should all learn standard English? Or what are some reasons you believe we should be able to write in all our Englishes? Or what are your reasons that we should be able to write in all our Englishes in some assignments, but not in others? You should use details and examples, including at least 4 quotations overall from the works discussed. Cite quotations by putting the author's last name and page number. You can just use the page number of the handout in parentheses after the quote, like this. The only purpose of language is to communicate. You can see there how the parenthetical citation just says Jenkins 2. If you lead into the quote with a signal phrase that names the author, like Jenkins writes, you can just put the page number in parentheses like this too. You do not need a works cited page for this essay. You should use at least 4 quotations overall in the entire essay. You may also use details and examples from your personal experience to support the points you make in this essay. You should also have a concluding paragraph which restates your thesis and discusses the implications of what you've proven. One more tip, you should avoid using I in this essay, except when using your personal experience to support your points. Notice how the sample thesis statements listed earlier take clear position on the questions with clear positions on the question without using I. So you don't need to say, I think standard English is the language of college, so all college assignments should honor the conventions of standard English. If you just use the word should, it's clear you're stating your opinion. However, when you're writing about your personal experience, I felt like I would always get in trouble if I used Spanish at school, and that made me ashamed of being from El Salvador or whatever your experience was. In that situation, it's appropriate to use I because you're describing an experience of your own that is shaping your response to the question. So only use I when writing about your personal experience. Your personal experience is a valuable way to consider the question asked and to illustrate some points. Be sure, however, to keep your discussion of your personal experience closely connected to the works we have read and to your thesis. This essay should be 3 to 5 typed double-spaced pages long, about 750 to 1,250 words. A free write to get you thinking about the topic is due on Sunday, September 19th by 11:59 p.m. A discovery draft, which I often also refer to as a rough draft, and outline are due on Wednesday, September 22nd. The final draft is due on Sunday, September 26th. So we are going to spend the next week of this class working on this paper. You will have less reading next week, so you can really focus on this paper. I know it can be really overwhelming if you haven't been in college for a while, or you don't feel like you know how to write an essay. We're going to be talking about all the things you need to keep in mind to make this a strong essay. And also, I'm totally available to you. You can come to my office hours. We can Zoom. I can look at a rough draft. You can come to me and say, I don't even know how to begin, and I can help you begin, whatever it is you need. Also, remember, the Learning Center has great tutors. If you go to see a tutor in the Learning Center, I really encourage you to show the tutor this written assignment because it will help them help you. I also want to point out that at the end of this assignment, the last page of the written assignment is this rubric that shows you exactly how I will grade you on this essay. So use this rubric as a checklist. Make sure that you've done everything in your essay that the rubric is going to be checking for. Okay, that's it. Let me know if you have questions, concerns, anything. I'm here to help.